Love often begins in silence. Many men struggle to put their feelings into words, especially in the early stages of attraction. Instead of openly confessing how they feel, they reveal their emotions through actions, gestures, and subtle behaviors. The truth is, if you pay close attention, a man's heart often speaks louder through what he does than through what he says. Relationships don't always start with big declarations of love. More often, they grow quietly, built on small but meaningful signs. When a man is secretly falling for you, he may not announce it out loud, but his behavior begins to shift in ways he can't control. He might look at you differently, treat you differently, and make little efforts that reveal just how important you are to him. These are not accidents. They are signals of emotional attachment that most people miss. Psychologists often explain that attraction and affection manifest in nonverbal ways, through body language, tone of voice, and the choices we make around the people who matter most. This is because our subconscious mind takes over when emotions are strong. A man who has growing feelings for you will naturally start to prioritize you, pay more attention, and show small but consistent signs that you're becoming special to him. In this series, we're going to uncover 15 hidden signs that prove a man is secretly falling for you. Each of these signs may seem small on its own, but together they paint a powerful picture of his true emotions. From the way his eyes linger on you to how he remembers the tiniest details about your life, these clues reveal the depth of his affection, even if he hasn't said the words out loud. It's important to remember that not every man expresses love in the same way. Some are bold and direct, while others are shy and reserved. But regardless of personality, when feelings are real, they always find a way to show themselves. The key is learning how to recognize the signals. As you go through these signs, ask yourself, have you noticed him behaving differently around you? Does he make an effort that others don't? Does his energy shift when you're near? If the answer is yes, there's a good chance he's not just being nice, he's quietly falling for you. So, whether you're curious about a friend, someone you're dating, or even a man who hasn't spoken his heart yet, these 15 signs will give you the clarity you've been looking for. Pay attention, because love often hides in the smallest details. And once you can see the signs, you'll know exactly where his heart truly stands. 1. He remembers small details about you. One of the clearest hidden signs that a man is secretly falling for you is his ability to remember the little things you say. Most people might listen casually, but when someone has strong feelings for you, they pay attention on a deeper level. If he recalls the small details, like your favorite coffee order, a story you once told about your childhood, or the exact date of an important event, it shows you're always on his mind. This behavior is not just about having a good memory. It's about emotional investment. When a man is genuinely interested, his brain naturally prioritizes information related to you. Even if you mention something in passing, he makes a mental note because it matters to him. For example, you might casually say you love a certain song, and later, he sends it to you or plays it when you're together. These little gestures reveal that he's listening with his heart, not just his ears. Remembering details is also a sign of care and respect. It shows that he values what you say and wants to make you feel important. Many men express affection not through big words or grand declarations, but through consistent small actions. By recalling the details that others might forget, he's showing that you occupy a special place in his thoughts. Psychologically, this is tied to the concept of selective attention, where we focus more on things or people that emotionally matter to us. If he remembers details most people would overlook, it's a silent confession that he sees you as more than just a friend. So, if you notice a man bringing up little things you've mentioned before, take it as a strong sign. He's not just listening, he's falling. 2. He mirrors your actions unconsciously. Another hidden sign that a man is secretly falling for you is when he starts mirroring your actions without even realizing it. This psychological phenomenon, known as mirroring, happens when someone subconsciously imitates the gestures, tone of voice, body language, or even habits of the person they're deeply connected to. It's not something he plans. It just happens because he feels emotionally in sync with you. For example, if you cross your legs, he might do the same a few moments later. If you take a sip of your drink, he might follow right after. Even subtle things, like leaning forward when you do or smiling when you smile, can be strong indicators. Over time, you might also notice that he starts using similar phrases or expressions that you often say. This unconscious imitation shows that he feels comfortable with you and wants to create harmony between you both. Psychologists explain that mirroring is a powerful social bonding tool. It's the brain's way of saying, "I feel close to you," or "I want to connect with you." When a man mirrors your actions, he is aligning his behavior with yours because he wants to strengthen that emotional connection. It's almost like he is telling you, without words, that he understands you and wants to be on the same wavelength. This subtle behavior also signals attraction. When someone is interested, they naturally seek ways to build rapport, and mirroring is one of the most instinctive ways of doing it. While friends can mirror each other too, if a man does it often and only with you, it's a hidden sign that his feelings go deeper than friendship. So, the next time you notice him copying your movements, don't dismiss it. It may be his heart silently revealing his affection. 3. His eyes linger on you longer than normal. Eyes often reveal what words try to hide. When a man is secretly falling for you, his gaze naturally lingers on you longer than it would on anyone else. It's not just a casual glance. It's a deeper, softer look that carries unspoken emotions. He may not even realize he's doing it. His eyes are simply drawn to you because of his feelings. For instance, you might notice him watching you when you're talking, even when you're not saying something particularly important. He studies your expressions, your smile, and even the little quirks that make you unique. Unlike ordinary eye contact that people make in everyday conversations, his gaze holds an intensity and warmth that feels personal. It's as if his eyes are telling you the things his lips are too shy to say. Psychologically, prolonged eye contact creates a sense of intimacy and connection. When someone looks at you with genuine interest, your brain perceives it as a sign of attraction. This is because eye contact releases oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which deepens emotional bonds. If his eyes linger longer than usual, it's his subconscious way of saying he feels drawn to you. You may also catch him looking at you when he thinks you're not paying attention. He might quickly look away when your eyes meet, but that's another subtle clue. He's watching because he cares, but he doesn't want to make it too obvious. His lingering gaze is silent, yet powerful. It's a way of admiring you, appreciating you, and trying to feel closer without words. So if you notice that his eyes often stay on you longer than normal, understand that it's more than just curiosity. It's one of the clearest signs his heart is already involved. 4. He finds excuses to be near you. When a man is secretly falling for you, one of the clearest signs is how often he tries to be around you, sometimes without any real reason. Instead of admitting his feelings directly, he uses small excuses just to share space with you. It might look casual on the surface, but deep down, it's his way of staying connected and close. For example, he might suddenly appear in the same place you are, even if it seems coincidental. At work, he could choose a seat next to yours during meetings. In social settings, he might drift toward your side of the room. If you're studying or working on something, he may offer to help, even when you didn't ask. These little excuses aren't random. They're intentional ways to spend more time in your presence. Psychologically, humans are drawn to what makes them feel good. If being near you gives him happiness, safety, or excitement, he will subconsciously seek that out. Even if it means making up reasons, like asking simple questions he already knows the answer to, or pretending he needs your opinion, his real motivation is closeness. You might also notice he goes out of his way to align his schedule with yours. If you mention you're attending an event, he suddenly wants to be there too. If you like a certain cafe, he might randomly show up there. These are not accidents. They're signs of someone who doesn't want to miss chances to connect. This behavior is powerful because it shows effort. Anyone can talk from afar, but choosing to be physically present, again and again, reveals emotional attachment. If a man is constantly finding excuses to be near you, it's not just coincidence. It's his heart guiding his steps. 5. He teases you playfully more than others. Playful teasing is one of the classic ways a man shows he's secretly falling for you. When a man is attracted, he often looks for ways to create fun, light-hearted interactions that set you apart from everyone else. Teasing is his way of showing interest without being too serious or vulnerable. It's like a safe bridge between friendship and romance. You might notice that he teases you more than he does with other people. Maybe he makes a funny comment about something you said, gives you a playful nickname, or jokingly challenges you about a habit. These little jabs aren't meant to hurt. They are designed to spark laughter and build a unique connection. His goal is to grab your attention and make you remember him. Psychologically, teasing creates a sense of intimacy. It's a subtle form of flirting that allows him to test the waters. If you respond positively, by laughing or teasing him back, it gives him encouragement to keep going and possibly take things further. It also helps build inside jokes, which become little bonds only the two of you share. Another clue is that his teasing is different from how he treats others. While he might joke around with friends in general, with you it feels more personal and consistent. He notices little quirks about you that others might miss, and he turns them into playful topics. That extra attention shows his observing you closely, because you matter to him. Teasing also often comes with soft smiles, laughter, or even a gentle touch, all of which signal affection. So, if you notice that he goes out of his way to tease you more than anyone else, take it as a strong sign. His playfulness is really his way of saying, "I like you." 6. He notices changes in your appearance instantly. When a man is secretly falling for you, one of the most telling signs is how quickly he notices even the smallest changes in your appearance. While others might overlook a new hairstyle, a different outfit, or a subtle shade of lipstick, he picks up on it almost immediately. This is because he's paying closer attention to you than he does to anyone else. For example, you might show up wearing a new dress, and he comments on it right away. Or perhaps you trim your hair just slightly, and he's the first to mention it. Even small details, like switching your nail color or wearing a different perfume, don't escape his notice. This level of awareness shows that he's not just looking at you casually, he's genuinely admiring you. Psychologically, this happens because attraction heightens focus. Our brains naturally give priority to the people we care about, so every change seems more noticeable. When he compliments you on these changes, it's not just flattery, it's proof that he's observing you closely, and he wants you to know that he appreciates your effort. Another layer to this is the emotional connection it creates. By pointing out and acknowledging these details, he's showing you that you matter to him. It's his way of saying, "I see you, and I like what I see." Many men aren't naturally detail-oriented, so if he consistently notices changes in your appearance, it's because you stand out in his world. Ultimately, his attentiveness is a reflection of his feelings. When a man instantly spots even the tiniest change in how you look, it's more than observation. It's admiration mixed with affection. It's his quiet way of showing you that he's invested, and you're always on his radar. 7. His tone softens when he talks to you. The way a man speaks can reveal more than the words he chooses. When a man is secretly falling for you, his tone naturally softens whenever he talks to you. Even if he has a strong, firm, or playful voice with others, you may notice a gentler and warmer quality in how he addresses you. This shift happens subconsciously. It's his heart influencing his voice. For example, he might lower his tone slightly when asking you questions, or his voice may carry a tenderness when he says your name. Even in casual conversations, there's a calmness and care in the way he speaks, as if he wants you to feel comfortable and valued. His words may not always be romantic, but the way he delivers them tells you everything. Psychologically, this behavior is tied to emotional bonding. When someone cares about another person, their brain naturally signals them to use a nurturing and affectionate tone. It's the same instinct parents often have with children, using a softer voice to express warmth and safety. In the case of attraction, his softened tone is his way of signaling closeness and intimacy. You may also notice that his tone changes depending on who he's speaking with. He could be joking loudly with friends or speaking firmly in a professional setting. But when his attention shifts to you, his voice becomes noticeably gentler. This contrast highlights that you hold a special place in his life. This subtle vocal change is powerful because it shows vulnerability. He's not trying to impress or dominate. Instead, he's letting down his guard and showing you his genuine affection. When his tone softens with you, It's his unspoken way of saying, "You matter to me more than anyone else." 8. He offers help even without being asked. One of the strongest hidden signs a man is falling for you is his willingness to help, even before you ask for it. When he genuinely cares, he looks for opportunities to make your life easier, no matter how small the task may be. It's not about obligation or convenience. It's about showing support and proving that he wants to be someone you can rely on. For instance, he might notice you carrying something heavy and immediately step in to assist. If your car has a problem, he offers to check it. If you mention being stressed about work or studies, he volunteers to help brainstorm solutions or simply be there to ease the pressure. Even with small things, like fixing something, giving advice, or picking something up for you, he steps forward without hesitation. Psychologically, this behavior reflects what is often called the hero instinct. Men naturally want to feel needed and valued by the people they care about. By offering help, he's not just solving problems, he's also expressing affection in action. It's his way of saying, "I'm here for you, and your comfort matters to me." What makes this different from ordinary kindness is consistency. Friends may help occasionally, but a man who's falling for you will look for opportunities to help again and again, often anticipating your needs before you even voice them. He takes pride in being useful because it allows him to create a stronger bond with you. This kind of care speaks louder than words. When a man goes out of his way to help without being asked, it's not just generosity, it's devotion. It shows he's invested in your happiness and wants to play a meaningful role in your life. 9. He gets a little jealous without admitting it. Jealousy, when subtle and controlled, can actually be a hidden sign that a man is falling for you. If he secretly likes you, he may not openly confess his feelings, but his reactions will often give him away. One of the clearest clues is when he shows small flashes of jealousy, even though he tries hard to hide them. For example, if you mention another guy's name or talk about spending time with someone else, you might notice his mood shift slightly. He could become quieter, change the subject quickly, or make a light joke that downplays his discomfort. At social gatherings, he may keep an eye on you when other men are around, making sure you're safe but also subtly protective. He might not say "I'm jealous," but his body language, like crossed arms, forced smiles, or suddenly giving extra attention to you, can reveal the truth. Psychologically, jealousy stems from fear of losing someone we value. When a man cares deeply, even the thought of someone else taking his place can trigger these emotions. Since he hasn't confessed his feelings yet, he'll usually try to cover it up to avoid looking insecure. But the fact that he feels it at all shows how much you mean to him. This kind of hidden jealousy is different from possessiveness. It's not about control. It's about care and emotional attachment. He's not trying to limit you. He's just struggling with the idea that someone else could win your heart. So if you notice him getting slightly uncomfortable when you talk about other men, pay attention. His subtle jealousy, even when unspoken, is often his heart's way of admitting what his lips are too afraid to say, that is falling for you. 10. He gives you undivided attention in groups. One of the clearest signs a man is secretly falling for you is how he behaves when you're in a group setting. Even when surrounded by friends, colleagues, or strangers, his attention often gravitates toward you. While others may divide their focus among everyone, he makes you feel like you're the most important person in the room. For example, during group conversations, he looks at you more often than at anyone else. When you speak, he listens attentively, nods, and reacts to your words, even if others don't. If someone interrupts you, he may circle back to give you space to finish your thought. His subtle body language, like angling his chair toward you, leaning in, or maintaining consistent eye contact, shows that his priority is connecting with you, not blending into the group. Psychologically, this happens because attraction narrows focus. Our brains naturally filter out distractions when someone we like is present. For him, the group becomes background noise while you remain the highlight. His undivided attention signals respect, admiration, and an eagerness to bond with you on a deeper level. Another giveaway is how he tries to include you in group activities. He may bring you into conversations, laugh at your jokes more than others, or subtly check if you're comfortable. Even in situations where many people compete for his time, he keeps finding ways to make you feel noticed. This behavior stands out because it's intentional and consistent. Anyone can give attention in private, but giving it in public, despite social dynamics, shows real affection. When a man gives you his full focus in a group, it's his quiet way of saying, "You're the one I care about most, hey." 11. He subtly tries to impress you. When a man is secretly falling for you, he often finds small, subtle ways to impress you without making it too obvious. Instead of grand gestures, he uses everyday moments to showcase his qualities, hoping you'll notice and appreciate them. This is his way of communicating interest while still protecting himself from the risk of outright rejection. For example, he may casually mention his achievements during conversations, not in a bragging way, but just enough for you to see his strengths. He might talk about a project he completed, a skill he's learning, or something thoughtful he did for someone else. He also puts extra effort into how he looks when he knows he'll see you, making sure he appears confident and well-presented. Another form of subtle impressing comes through actions rather than words. He may hold doors open, crack clever jokes to make you laugh, or step in to solve small problems quickly, just to show you is dependable. Even the way he treats others in front of you, being kind, respectful, or helpful, is often part of his attempt to show you the kind of person he really is. Psychologically, this behavior comes from a deep need to win approval from someone he values. Men naturally want to be seen as capable and reliable in the eyes of the woman they admire. By subtly trying to impress you, he's sending the message, "I want you to see me as someone worthy of your attention." What makes this sign powerful is consistency. If he repeatedly does little things to stand out around you, more than he does with others, it's a strong clue that he cares about how you see him. His efforts may look casual, but they are fueled by genuine affection. 12. He laughs at your jokes more than others. Laughter is often an overlooked sign of attraction, but it speaks volumes. When a man is secretly falling for you, he tends to laugh at your jokes more than anyone else's, even when they aren't that funny. His laughter isn't just about humor, it's about connection. He enjoys the way you express yourself, and his reaction is his way of showing appreciation and interest. For example, you might make a light-hearted comment in a group, and while others smile politely, he bursts into genuine laughter. Or maybe you tease him playfully, and instead of getting defensive, he laughs warmly, enjoying the interaction. He may even laugh before others do, almost anticipating the humor in what you say. This reveals that he's tuned into you more closely than anyone else. Psychologically, laughter releases endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. When someone is attracted, their brain becomes more responsive to the person they like, making them more likely to find them amusing. In other words, it's not always your joke, it's the fact that you said it that makes him laugh. His brain associates you with happiness, so even small things you say spark joy. You might also notice that he encourages your humor by adding to it or trying to keep the playful mood going. This is his way of bonding with you, creating a private little world of fun where the two of you share moments others might miss. The key here is consistency. If he laughs at your jokes more often, more sincerely, and more enthusiastically than he does with others, it's not just politeness, it's affection. His laughter is a mirror of his feelings, showing that you bring joy into his life in a way no one else does. 13. He initiates conversations frequently. When a man is secretly falling for you, one of the clearest signs is how often he initiates conversations. Whether it's in person, over text, or on social media, he looks for excuses to start talking to you because he genuinely enjoys your company and craves connection. It's not about having something important to say. It's about wanting to stay in touch and be part of your daily life. For example, he might send you a random message just to ask how your day is going, share a funny meme, or comment on something you posted online. Even if the conversation seems casual, the fact that he's consistently the one reaching out shows effort. He doesn't want to wait around for you to start. Instead, he takes the initiative to keep the communication flowing. Psychologically, frequent conversation initiation reflects emotional investment. When someone is attracted, their brain seeks dopamine, the feel-good chemical, triggered by interactions with the person they like. Starting conversations becomes his way of creating opportunities for that emotional reward. You may also notice that he brings up topics just to keep the discussion alive, even when the original subject ends. He might ask follow-up questions, revisit old jokes, or find reasons to extend the chat. This shows he's not just being polite. He genuinely doesn't want the interaction to stop. Another sign is that he contacts you at different times of the day, not just when it's convenient. If he checks in during breaks, before bed, or first thing in the morning, it means you're one of the first thoughts on his mind. Ultimately, a man who frequently initiates conversations is revealing his feelings through consistency. His actions say what he might not yet admit out loud. You matter, and he wants to stay connected to you. 14. He shows nervous habits around you, fidgeting, smiling too much. Nervousness is one of the strongest hidden indicators of attraction. When a man is secretly falling for you, he may display subtle nervous habits whenever he's around you. Even if he's confident in other areas of life, your presence triggers emotions that make him act a little differently, because he cares about the impression he's making. For example, he might fidget with his hands, adjust his clothes, play with his phone, or tap his foot when talking to you. These small movements are unconscious signs that his body is releasing nervous energy. Another common giveaway is smiling too much, sometimes at things that aren't even funny, simply because he's excited and happy to be near you. His body is betraying what his words can't fully express. Psychologically, nervous habits are linked to the fight-or-flight response. When attraction is strong, the brain releases adrenaline, which creates physical signs like restlessness, faster breathing, or blushing. Since he doesn't want to risk saying the wrong thing, his body releases the tension through small nervous actions. You might also notice him stumbling over words, speaking faster than usual, or pausing awkwardly when trying to respond. While these moments may seem minor, they reveal that he's thinking carefully about how to interact with you, because your opinion matters deeply to him. Interestingly, these nervous habits often fade over time as comfort grows. But in the beginning, they are reliable clues of genuine interest. A man who fidgets, smiles excessively, or acts a little awkward around you isn't just nervous, he's emotionally invested. So if you notice him showing these little behaviors only in your presence, take it as a clear sign. He's not just being polite. His nervousness is his heart's way of showing how much you mean to him. 15. He remembers dates and things that matter to you. One of the most powerful hidden signs that a man is secretly falling for you is his ability to remember important dates and meaningful details about your life. Unlike casual acquaintances who might forget, he makes an effort to keep track of the things that matter to you because they matter to him as well. For example, he may remember your birthday, the day of an important exam or work presentation, or even small milestones you casually mentioned. He might bring up a story you told weeks ago, recall the name of your pet, or remember the exact way you like your coffee. These details may seem small, but the consistency of his memory shows deep attentiveness. Psychologically, when someone is emotionally invested, the brain prioritizes information connected to that person. This is called emotional memory bias. We're more likely to recall details related to the people we care about. So, when he remembers dates and personal things, it's not just about memory, it's about priority. You've become significant enough in his life that he can't help but pay attention. What makes this sign even more meaningful is how he uses it. He may text you good luck before your big day, surprise you with a small gift or message on an anniversary you didn't expect him to recall, or simply check in because he knows something important is happening. These thoughtful actions demonstrate emotional depth and genuine affection. Ultimately, remembering dates and personal details is his way of saying, without words, you're important to me, and I value every part of your life. It's a clear signal that his feelings go beyond surface-level attraction. He's invested in you and your world.